Our hopes for Ozzy Osbourne's health to finally improve and for him to go back on the road this year have just been shattered.
So you have a more stable life now?
No.
The Power Trip Festival is no doubt one of the most anticipated events in the world of heavy metal this year. And not only because it will finally gather Iron Maiden and Metallica on one stage, but also because it was supposed to be the site of not one, but two loud comebacks, marking the first AC/DC concert with Brian Johnson since 2016 and the first proper Ozzy Osbourne live show in nearly 5 years. Yet sadly today Ozzy announced that he has to cancel his appearance at this festival. My original plan was to return to the stage in the summer of 2024, and when the offer to do this show came in, I optimistically moved forward. Unfortunately, my body is telling me that I'm just not ready yet, and I'm much too proud to have the first show that I do in nearly 5 years be half-assed. So first and foremost, Ozzy, we love you.
Yes, it's true.
And as much as we all, of course, wanted to see you back on the stage for a proper gig, I am kind of happy that the Prince of Darkness finally listens to his own body.
Hello there.
How are you?
Fine.
One of the biggest questions for me personally in the last couple of months was how the hell was Ozzy Osbourne going to perform at Power Trip Festival? Because if we're being very honest, from the last couple of interviews and just overall the footage which you could find online, I mean, Ozzy wasn't really in his best shape.
Sad but true.
And so I personally was kind of worried that this long-awaited return on stage would actually turn to a rather bittersweet event for all Ozzy Osbourne fans.
It's just outrageous.
And so I actually have an enormous respect that instead of doing this half-ass stand in one place and lip-sync show, he's taken high road and bows out of what possibly is one of the most highest paying events in forever. And I said that before, that as a Ukrainian I also have this very deep respect for Ozzy Osbourne in addition to music, for him being such a loud supporter of my country.
Slava Ukraini.
But the truth is that as much as I would love him to go back on the road, and especially in that concert in support of Ukraine he spoke of before, but at this stage in his career, Ozzy Osbourne does not have to prove anything to anyone anymore. And so in my opinion, even if this is it, and we will never see Ozzy Osbourne up on stage once again, the truth is that this man has touched so many lives during his career and left such an important mark in the history of not only heavy metal but music in general, that no matter what, his legacy will live forever. Although from this statement, we might actually still hope to queue up for an Ozzy Osbourne concert next year. But the biggest question of today is who will replace Ozzy Osbourne at the Power Trip Festival.
All right, here's an opportunity to be creative.
In his statement, he said that the band that will replace him will be announced shortly. So first of all, we know that it's a band.
Nice.
And then he goes on saying that they are his personal friends and that he can promise that the fans will not be disappointed. Well, I think you all know who I'm thinking about, right? Yes, on one hand, it is true that Judas Priest decided to take a full break from touring this year to come back with a big band and hopefully a new album in 2024. Yet at the same time, there is no other band on this planet that both deserves the place and also fits the bill better than Priest.
Exactly.
Both Priest and Ozzy Osbourne were right there at the foundations of heavy metal, and they both are not only from the same country but from the same region in the United Kingdom. And the whole fact that they were actually supposed to go on a European tour together a couple of years ago, yet this tour of course has been cancelled because of Ozzy's health, and the whole fact that they are actually his longtime personal friends only adds to this point. Give it up! And I know that some might say that Judas Priest deliberately wanted to take a break from touring this year, and it just doesn't make sense for them to go back on the road for just one show. But the truth is that, first of all, exactly 40 years ago, in 1983, they did exactly that for the US festival, on which, by the way, they performed after nobody else but Ozzy Osbourne. And secondly, Ozzy Osbourne was going to do exactly the same thing for Power Trip Festival either way, and for all we know, as of right now, AC/DC officially reunite only for that one show. And even Iron Maiden are bringing their entire The Future Past tour production in the United States for that one appearance, although I am 100% sure that right after this festival they will announce additional dates in the United States, but that's a topic for a different video.
Yep.
But even if we just throw away all of the rationalization, the truth is that there is simply no other still remaining an active band on this planet which would fit this bill better than the mighty Judas Priest. And you know guys, sometimes I do, but this time I don't have any insights on this matter, and all I'm saying here is just my personal thoughts and my cry for what I would love to see at that concert. Although one part of me, to be honest with you, actually doesn't want Judas Priest to perform there, simply because of the fact that it would mean that all three of my favorite bands that are still active would be at the same festival, and I would have to miss it because of the war in my country. But anyways, what do you guys personally think? Who will replace Ozzy Osbourne at the Power Trip Festival? Please let us know in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching this very short and very spontaneous video, guys, and we will prevail. Slava Ukraini!